Hi, I'm Shantanu, a graduate student from Texas A&M. Like most of the graduate students, I spent hours reading research papers, dense notations, unfamiliar terminology, and eight-page walls of text. And it's not just beginners. I have talked to PhD students doing literature reviews. They're reading 50 to 100 papers and drowning in the complexity. Even experienced researchers tell me that they have spent more hours decoding papers than doing actual research. This is the bottleneck in academia. Reading research papers is too slow and too painful and too isolated. But LearnAloud can transform this completely. Let me show you how. Here I will upload a research paper and let's see where this takes us.
This paper introduces. Hello. Let's dive right in. This paper introduces the transformer model, a sequence transduction architecture based entirely on attention mechanisms, without using recurrences or convolutions. It showed superior performance in machine translation tasks, achieving higher accuracy and faster training times. Now, where would you like to begin exploring? Shall we start with the introduction or jump to the model architecture?
Let's go to the model architecture.
We're now at the model architecture section. Let me give you a brief overview. The transformer follows an encoder-decoder structure where both the encoder and decoder are composed of stacked self-attention layers and pointwise feed-forward layers.
What's
Now,
a self-attention layer?
the model architecture section introduces the encoder-decoder structure of the transformer. Both the encoder and decoder are built from stacked layers that rely entirely on self-attention and feed-forward networks. Each layer uses multi-head self-attention, which lets the model focus on different parts of a sequence in parallel. The encoder transforms the input into continuous representations, and the decoder uses these to generate the output sequence.
Okay,
Now,
can you take me to the references that are used?
we are now at the references section on
Can you
page 10.
can you take me to the reference number 4? I'm
I'm
interested in the reference number 4.
I'm checking that reference now. Just a moment. Just a heads up, I'm still working on that reference for you.
Yeah. Can you download the reference 4 for me?
Got it. I'm retrieving the details of that reference and will have the paper ready for you shortly. I'll let you know as soon as it's ready. Still here, just waiting on that reference for you.
Okay, while you are downloading that, can we see what are the results of this paper?
The results section highlights how the transformer achieves state-of-the-art blue scores for English to German and English to French translation. The big transformer model outperformed previous models and even ensembles by over 2.0 blue on the English to German task. It also achieved a blue score of 41.8 on the English to French task, all while requiring significantly less training time. Now, what more would you like to explore about these results?
Can you take me to the section of positional encoding?
In the positional encoding section, the authors address how the model encodes the order of tokens, since it has no recurrence or convolution. They use sinusoidal functions of different frequencies to represent positions. This approach allows the model to attend by relative positions and generalize to sequences longer than those in training.
Okay. Is the download complete for the reference?
The paper is downloaded. It's about long short-term memory networks for machine reading, introducing a memory mechanism that helps handle long-range dependencies. If you'd like to dive into that paper or compare it with the transformer, just let me know.
Yeah, sure. Can you summarize that for me?
Certainly. Here's a quick summary of that reference. The paper presents long short-term memory networks for machine reading, which are designed to improve comprehension of long texts. Unlike standard LSTMs, these networks incorporate an attention mechanism that stores word representations in memory and allows the model to relate current words to previously processed ones.
Okay. I'm
This
making that paper active research, and can you take me to the results?
Just a moment. We're heading to the results section now.
Anyways, let's jump back to the main paper.
Sure. Let's return to the main paper's flow. Where would you like to dive in now?
Uh, can you quiz me on some of the things?
Sure. Let's do a quick quiz based on the results we just discussed. Here's the first question. What was the blue score that the big transformer model achieved on the English to German translation task?
20.0.
You're close, but not quite there. The big transformer model achieved a blue score of 28.4 on the English to German translation task.
Okay.
Let's try another one. What was the blue score for the English to French task?
I don't know. Can you take me to that portion?
Just a moment, getting us to the results section.
So here you see you have a companion which will help you in discussing the paper and going step by step deeper into the research. And when you talk with someone about a paper versus what you when you read it alone, there's a very fundamental shift in how you understand and how you comprehend any information. So this is what my vision is, that when you have a partner to talk to, you would get more understanding of a paper. Now let's go to a section, the second part of the second feature of our product, and jump right in. So here you have two companions. One is an author who is presenting the research, the results, the assumptions, and the other hand, you have a reviewer who is critiquing the paper. That person will help you to critically analyze the paper and see if there are gaps. And this can also help in your writing of a research paper, not really like a previous rewritten paper. So let's dive in and see where it takes us.
Hello, I'm the author of this paper. Contribution and the key choices we made. Understood. I now have the full context of the paper. I'll be ready to proceed with the debate as soon as I get the signal from. Hello, I'm the author of this paper. Let me introduce our main contribution and the key choices we made. How can I assist you with your questions? Thank you for sharing. I now have the full context of the paper, and I'm ready to present our key findings and arguments as soon as it's my turn.
Okay, reviewer, did you review the paper?
Hi. Waiting silently for turn signal as instructed. I have not received your turn yet.
Okay, how about author? You can continue.
Un- the instruction to continue was directed at the author, not at me as the reviewer. I have not received a your turn signal, so I must remain silent according to my turn-taking rules. Let me analyze this paper first. I have some fundamental concerns about your experimental design. Why did you only evaluate on machine translation tasks when claiming this is a general purpose architecture? What evidence supports that self-attention actually learns syntactic structure beyond the cherry-picked visualizations in the appendix? Also, how do you justify the computational costs? Your big
Hey, author, can you respond to that?
Understood. I'll hold my response until the turn signal indicates it's my time.
So yeah, so this is a feature that we built where you can have multiple people looking at a research paper from very different angles, and it will help you uncover nuances that you wouldn't generally uncover when you are reading it alone. So this is the power of a collaborative learning and critiquing a paper. So that concludes our mostly demo, but what you just saw here like changes research completely. Instead of taking 6 hours of and struggling alone with a paper, it takes 30 minutes to like 40 minutes of conversation. But here is what I'm most excited about. This has tremendous opportunity ahead. Right now, there are thousands of brilliant researchers who happen to be visually impaired and they are locked out. They spend 14 hours with human readers if they can get help. But many give up on research careers entirely. Learn Aloud will give them the independence. But more than that, it opens up a rapid research to a large part of the human population that has been excluded. And honestly, everyone benefits because when research becomes faster and more accessible, we move faster as human. Imagine a world where any curious person, a student, a journalist, a researcher, an entrepreneur, can understand cutting edge research by simply talking to it. And that's the future I'm personally committed to build. Thank you and have a nice one.
We introduce our main contribution and the key choices we made. Hello, I'm the author of this paper. Our main contribution is introducing the transformer, a novel architecture that relies entirely on self-attention and eliminates recurrence. This approach achieved state-of-the-art results in machine translation, with better quality and faster training times. Understood. I'll be ready to address that in my next turn.
Hey, reviewer,
Hi.
can you respond to the claims?
Analyze this. Why did you only evaluate on machine translation and parsing tasks? How can you claim self-attention is universally superior without testing on other sequence tasks like language modeling or speech recognition? And what about the computational costs? Did you compare actual GPU memory usage and inference speed, not just training flops? Let me analyze this claim about eliminating recurrence entirely. While you achieve strong BLU scores, how do you justify that self-attention alone is sufficient for capturing sequential dependency?
Hey, author, do you have a
We are here.
yeah.
First, your turn. We evaluated translation and parsing because they demonstrate long-range dependency challenges, and our results were state-of-the-art. We did measure computational costs on GPUs. Our model trained faster and was more parallelizable. The sinusoidal positional encodings worked as well as learned ones, proving self-attention can effectively model sequences.
Hey, so you see here, you have two angles of the paper. Like one is the author who is presenting, and one is the reviewer or a critiker who is critically analyzing and questioning your assumptions and questioning the experimentation. And this helps you in taking a multi-view approach towards a research paper. So this also will help you when a researcher is writing their own paper and want to find out gaps that they might have left before they even before they even give submit a paper to a conference. So this will greatly help researchers into getting a multidimensional view of a research paper. So that's the second feature of our product. And last but not the least, if you are running short on continue wherever you left off, there is a feature on our product where you can say that you want to continue on phone. So it gives you a QR code, and you will be able to scan that QR code, and we will be taken to the session where you left off for that paper. So let's see. So I have scanned the QR code on my phone, and it will show the session where we had left, and let's start from there.
Welcome to Learn Aloud. I'll be your guide through this paper, highlighting key ideas, answering questions, and keeping things clear. Let me get it loaded up. Welcome back. Last time we were on page 1, and we're diving into the paper Attention is All You Need. Here's a quick recap.
So So that's the end of the demo. But before we part, what you just saw changes research completely. Like instead of 6 hours struggling with a paper, it takes 30 minutes of conversation. But here's what I'm most excited about. This has tremendous opportunity ahead. Right now, there are thousands of brilliant researchers who happen to be visually impaired, and they are locked out. They spend 8 to 14 hours with human readers if they can get help at all. Many give up on research careers entirely. Learn Aloud gives them independence. But more than this, it opens up rapid research to a large part of human population that's been excluded. And honestly, everyone benefits because when research becomes faster and more accessible, we move faster as humans. Imagine a world where any curious person, like a student, a researcher, a journalist, an entrepreneur, can understand cutting edge research by simply talking to it. And that's the future I'm personally committed to building. Thank you and have a nice one.